people here. Let me go and do a little sound check. Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, and they're leaning into the mic, which is important.
They're already media trained.
Some people come to talk and they want to sit back in the chair.
We ain't even got to adjust nothing.
They all the way against the wall. Mm-hmm. The mic boom only goes so far out. Mm-hmm. We trying to pull y'all
got
in.
their hands over their mouth and stuff.
Make me use my Metallo mutant powers, and I pull them forward. But I don't want people to know I got those powers because I'm gonna end up in a laboratory. They're gonna cut me up.
We can talk about your powers later.
Oh my gosh! No, there's a Capitan in the building.
I see it says Captain on the shirt right as you said that. I said,
yeah, there's a Capitan here. Okay, so can we have a quick introduction?
Sure. My name's Captain Krista Stedman. I'm the Public Information Officer for Austin Travis County EMS.
So can I call you Captain Krista?
You sure can.
Okay, we're going to do that.
And good morning. My name is Sarah Henry. I'm the Public Information Manager with the Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management for the City of Austin.
Uh-oh. Wait. Did we do something wrong? Like,
to be honest with you,
the setup?
I'm gonna let them finish, but that door is open. I'm just letting y'all know. I will run a fofo out this joint.
Hold on. Captain Krista looked like she got on some comfortable shoes. She gonna hawk you down.
Vans.
Oh my gosh, you getting trucked.
I'm going through the wall. Listen, what was that song? To the window, to the wall?
We talking a rundown situation.
How Courtney getting out from the window or the wall?
Captain Krista, before we get in, I just gotta know. When officers have a person and then they start running away, does the officer do a big sigh and be like, "Oh, come on, man"?
That's a really good question, but I don't know the answer because I'm not a cop.
Okay, all right, I'm just kind of curious if like people tell you and y'all talk about it.
I would imagine they probably do.
I feel like it. I feel like that's the feeling. Like, man, I know they ain't doing this to us.
I can't wait for the next time somebody asks me a question, but that's a good question. I don't know because I'm like,
she was polite about it.
Next time it happens to me, I'm doing it. Courtney, what do you think about basketball? That's a good question. I don't know because I'm a comic.
So I don't know if y'all overheard.
Slow blink.
I was telling everybody about the weather report. And I told them we're going to have 98 today, a low of 77. And then from now until next Friday, it just gets warmer and warmer. 100, 101, 102, 104, 104. We're going to stay at 104 from Monday through Wednesday of next week. And then finally for Thursday, we're going to drop to 103.
Triple digit appreciation time.
So now...
Time to get those cheap margaritas.
Yeah. we talk about hydrating, a hydration situation.
We'll get to that.
The margaritas will get you there. So when we're talking about that heat and that weather, something tells me y'all want to help us out with that.
That's right. That's exactly right. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, the climate is changing.
Yes.
The climate is changing. We no matter how you feel about it, if you are from Central Texas or if you just got here, you have to understand that we are seeing hotter summers than we've ever seen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're seeing colder, icier winters than we've ever seen.
Yes.
Wildfire, that's something that happens in California. Mm-hmm. Austin is one of the sixth highest ranking cities at risk for wildfire.
Yes. Wow.
I'm telling you, the urban interface has really changed, and the amount of development that we have here has really changed, where the development ends and the forest begins, right?
Right next to each other.
That's right. And so now there's a greater risk of wildfire in our region. We don't see a lot of impacts from hurricanes because obviously we're not on the coast, but Austin is also flash flood alley. Mm-hmm. So you've got the risk of flooding, from the Highland Lakes and the waterways that come through, the way that they release the water. Yep. A lot of people don't know that, but that puts us at a really great risk for flooding. So even though we might not see hurricane-like impacts, we're going to see that heavy rain impact. So across the board, we're just seeing a higher level of risk than we've ever seen, and that's just Mother Nature. Then you can talk about the man-made risks that come in. Mm-hmm. We see an increase in the potential for violence and terrorism and crime and all of those things. And so the way that we prepare as individually has to be different. You can't just, I'm from the government, we're here to help, but we can't do everything. Yeah. Right? So we as individuals, we as community members have to take care of each other, and we have to plan and prepare differently than we have before.
For those who don't know, that's Sarah Henry, Public Information and Marketing Manager, City of Austin's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. And then Capitan Krista Stedman, ATCEMSIOV. Tell me how you gonna talk to me. I got lost.
Ooh, I got this.
You got lost a little there.
ATC, that's Austin Travis County. Mm-hmm. Okay. And what was the other one you did?
CEMS. ATCEMS.
I feel like you added a C.
Oh.
ATCEMS.
There you go.
CMS. So I know EMS is in there.
Yep.
Emergency.
You're doing amazing.
Huh?
Yeah,
You're doing amazing.
Okay, the E though. There was an E in there.
No, you didn't get the C yet.
Oh man.
Did you
Captain? No.
Well, because you
Community.
You did say
Close.
the
I feel like you said it.
ATC.
Austin Travis.
So you're
Austin
gonna,
Travis
so you're
County,
saying
that's
that,
ATC.
So the TC. Okay.
Do the next part.
And then you said the EMS. You feel like you're.
Austin
solid.
Travis County EMS.
Yep.
That's it.
Oh, there it
We
is.
good.
Oh.
See, I'm good. When I hear acronyms, I try to keep up, but I always try to like fill in the blank. And I was like, I'm from here, and I would be really sad if I did not know what that was, but I do. I know what it is.
So Capitan Krista, I made the joke about the criminals running from the cops. It's too hot to be running though, right?
It's way too hot to be
What are
running.
you trying to?
It's too hot to be running.
Don't do it.
It's too hot.
Just get in the back of the cop car. I'm sure it's air conditioned, and just go and take that nice easy ride. It's over for
Or
you.
you're going to have to be in the EMS.
It's over, Clarence. It's not running.
Yeah.
So, Capitan, what would you say as a ATCEMS? I know that right now, this summer, with the heat as it was, y'all had a lot of calls.
Yeah, it's interesting. The calls that we've run this summer so far have not been as numerous as last summer.
Oh.
But remember, last summer was, I think, the hottest
Yes.
summer on record.
Yes.
So, comparing last year's numbers to this year's numbers might not be super helpful.
Yeah.
But also remember, we're just starting into August. And
Yes.
August, September is when it gets real brutal. So it's going to be really important for everybody to take care of themselves and take care of each other.
You guys had some heat-related illness statistics.
We sure did.
It says that ATCEMS, it'll get old, Captain Krista. It hasn't yet, has responded to 54 heat-related illness calls.
Yeah, so that would have been last week.
Yeah.
We had 54 heat-related incidents. We start tracking heat-related incidents in April.
Yeah.
So starting April 1st, we've had 572.
Ugh.
To put that in perspective, about this time last summer, we were into the 700s. Wow. So we're actually doing better this summer. I like to think that's not only because it's been a little bit cooler, but because the Public Information Office has done such a terrific job of making everyone aware of the signs and symptoms of heat-related illness.
Okay.
So that math, I don't have my Casio calculator watch. So we're talking since April. So we're talking 4 months, 500. So we looking at what's that math? Are we talking
A
about
lot.
that? Yeah. So a month, we talking over 100 a month.
Sure.
But then just last week, you had 54.
54.
To start the month, which means we ahead of pace.
Yep.
In August.
Yep.
Y'all see how I did that math, Captain Kristen?
Listen, I don't math in public for a reason.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I'm only sticking to the numbers that I know.
I was just trying to impress you there. I wanted you to
did an
think
incredible job.
that I see the ratio and the proliferation
Yep.
of the graduation.
Talk about it.
of,
And the
the, of the
explanation.
numeration.
Numeration.
That's what, Sarah. I want you to stop me. So, Sarah, why do you think now it's picking up? Or hopefully it doesn't continue like this. I don't want to speak it out there that it's going to, but we're ahead of pace. I mean, in 1 week we're technically at the halfway point of what we've been doing over the last 4 months.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think it's like Captain Stedman said. I mean, we've been really lucky this summer. It hasn't been as record hot as it has been in years past. And so now we're starting to see that triple digit weather. We're getting into August. We're getting into the hotter times. And, people are used to, okay, I can walk my dog a little later. I can get that run in. And
Yeah.
you got people working outside. People are kind of gotten a little bit used to doing more things outside. And now that temperature has increased.
Yeah.
And they're still doing those things outside and not drinking the margaritas and not the water and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so we're seeing more impacts.
And people are thinking that, the kids are back in school. That must mean summer is over with. That means now I can start doing stuff outside, planning activities and picnics, etc. When you're out there and the sun is still like, hey, I'm still here. Like, wait, I thought you went home. Nope, still here.
August had an attitude.
Really
says,
August definitely came in with
Y'all
attitude.
better remember me. I don't play.
That was real.
I ain't your cousin
I just
September.
walked in. I just walked in.
Yes.
The sun
yes.
is a deadly laser.
Leo. Don't get me started on Leo, Sarah. We'll do that on another call. We talk some horoscopes and be like signs. Like,
Are we? Hey, can I ask an honest question?
Yeah.
I know I'm not supposed to be like talking behind the scenes stuff. People call, like, do we take people calls? Do they want to ask?
if they're gonna
questions?
talk to Capitan and Sarah,
Yeah.
yes. But
Yeah.
they didn't get all of their points yet. So
We
we're
wanna
gonna
let
get
them
you.
get their
If y'all,
points
if
first.
y'all calling in, we gotta let them get their first initial blurbs out.
Right.
And then we're gonna take some calls, and y'all better stay on topic.
And we appreciate y'all
Yeah,
calling. I don't
yes.
want y'all to think that y'all aren't like appreciated. It's just when we have guests in the house, we got when we got people visiting.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta clean up, man. You got company coming over, so we taking care of the company right now. So we see y'all calling.
And they're very tolerant.
That thing is ringing like off the hook over there. I'm like, man.
Sarah's here for the business.
Yeah.
And the Capitan, you
is
seem like you get invited to every cookout. Like you're a cool cat.
Uh-oh.
You handling
That
us
was
very
part of the
well
conversation
here.
on the ride over.
That may be the highest compliment I've ever received.
Yeah, look like everybody say, hey, the Capitan coming through? That's what it's at. Where's she at? So you guys had some safety tips that you wanted to go over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all ears. Like I want to hear what are some safety tips that we could be doing, because I got some cheering. We out here. I coach youth sports. I was coaching last night, and I want to make sure that I and some of the parents that are listening. I tell my parents to listen. I want to make sure they getting this.
So you're going to be taking notes then?
Yes, I got a little
The watch.
little fold in front of me.
Oh, he got the
so
phone,
I got
man.
Oh, he does. I didn't see that.
right in
He got
front of
the phone
me.
joint.
So let's do it. Tell me what I could do. What we all can do.
Well, I would say that there are a lot of folks who should be worried about heat, right? So everyone in our society, everyone in our community should be conscious of it. But there are certain people that are more susceptible to the risk. So you're more vulnerable population. So people, kids, you mentioned kids going back to school, and so that's something to really think about as your kiddo is getting ready and walking to school or getting on and off the bus, playing outside.
Yep.
We want to make sure that those kids are safe. And I think you said earlier, hydrate your kids.
Yes.
Exactly right. I think another really vulnerable population are the elderly, right? Our senior communities, and that's the thing. We've got to check on your neighbors. If you live in a neighborhood and you know that Mrs. Smith or Mrs. Jones, she lives by herself, and you have not checked on her in a week, shame on you. Go check on her and make sure she's okay, and ask her what she needs, and be a good neighbor. And that's important. I mean, whether it's hot or not, go check on your neighbors.
I like that.
And then I think, our pets. Austin is a dog community, and if you were walking your dog at 2:00 in the afternoon at 103 degrees, their little paws are going to burn, and so you got to think about all those things. But for the nasty stats, we bring the professional.
What you got?
I bring the nasty.
Was it Match Mine Nasty?
Captain
Nasty?
Krista, the nasty girl.
Oh, boy,
Captain
howdy.
Krista, the nasty girl. Let's do it, Captain Krista.
So, what I think is really important for everybody to remember is that heat doesn't discriminate, right?
Yeah.
I think as Central Texans, we think we're a lot tougher and we can handle that heat better than most of the world can.
Yeah.
That may be true to some extent, but that doesn't mean that you're exempt. And so it's really important for people to, take proactive measures before they go into the heat, and then also to know the signs and symptoms of heat-related illness. So the best way you can protect yourself from the heat is if you can at all possibly keep those outdoor activities to early in the morning or later in the evening, not in the heat of the day. Make sure that you're preparing your body. So hydrating before you even get in the heat, we call it pre-hydrating. Setting yourself up for success, taking good care of your body, having full meals. And then obviously once you're preparing to go into the heat, you need to dress for it. So light colored, loose fitting clothing. You don't want to be out there in long sleeve black turtleneck and black joggers. All right, that's too much.
That's every uncle's outfit right there.
I mean,
you're
listen.
making a lot of unhappy people now.
Have you seen how these teenagers dress? They wear like stuff like that right now. Yeah, hoodies, beanies. It's like, sir, it is 3,000 degrees.
They gotta
outside.
relax. We are literally walking on the sun.
Yes.
That's too
far.
much.
Yes.
But yeah, so, and then doing other things like wearing a hat to protect your head, wearing sunscreen, and then continuing to hydrate while you're outside.
Okay.
It's really important for folks that are either doing physical activity outside or that are working outside to take frequent breaks in the shade. If the AC would be even better.
Yeah.
But give yourself a break every couple hours at least, so that you don't end up really sick and needing for me to come through.
Captain Krista, you look like you get a little excited if you might have to hit somebody with that IV. I mean, I was just saying. Did I read that correctly?
I don't know if excited is the word. That's just kind of an everyday thing.
She's a pro. She ain't missing no veins?
Nah.
Every time hitting the vein.
Come on, 18
One
years.
shot,
babe.
one kill.
18 years.
Yeah.
I don't.
18,
Yeah,
that's
I got
service right
it.
there.
Stick 'em. Captain Chris Stickum. Stick 'em.
But yeah, so it's also, as I was mentioning, it's really important for everybody to know what heat-related illness looks like.
Yeah. Okay.
That way, if they see somebody suffering from it, or if they themselves are starting to experience symptoms, they can change it. So we sort of talk about heat-related illness in three different steps and scaling in severity, right? So the very first sign that you're going to get is heat cramps. So that may be muscles. That may be cramps in the muscles in your arms or legs. It may be abdominal cramps, like you feel like maybe you're trying to hit the toilet a little bit. That's your body saying, hey, I'm not cool with what we're doing right now. We need to stop. So heat cramps are real easy to fix. Go inside, hydrate, wait for them to go away. Now, if you keep working outside or keep running, you're going to move into heat exhaustion. Heat exhaustion is sort of that middle severity. It is the most common heat-related illness that we treat. Signs of heat exhaustion are going to be things like profuse sweating, increased thirst. It's going to be maybe feeling a little bit dizzy or sort of lethargic. You could have nausea and vomiting. So that is your body's saying, no, seriously, it's time to stop. Because if you don't, your body's going to stop for you. And you don't want that.
We were talking earlier in the day about we were starting a Wednesday and we wanted to bring some people up. And if some people are already down right now, we got some heavy lifting to do, and someone in their circle failed them. They should have checked on them. It sounds like what y'all are talking about when it's coming to this heat, we need to be checking on our friends and family.
Absolutely,
right?
Checking on each other. And if you're going, if you have a group activity, if you're going hiking with a bunch of your friends, at 2 p.m. tomorrow, first of all, consider not doing that. But second, make sure that you're keeping tabs on each other and making sure that everybody is staying hydrated and healthy. So the worst, I'm going to bring us down even more. The most severe heat-related illness is heat stroke. This is life-threatening. Heat stroke is a time-sensitive, life-threatening medical emergency. So heat stroke signs and symptoms are going to be hot, dry skin that's hot to the touch. It's going to be an alteration in either the person's level of consciousness, or they may be completely unconscious. And any sort of altered mental status like this is really where we have that line. So anytime somebody is so ill that they are not thinking clearly or they're unconscious, that's heat stroke. So if you find somebody in that condition, you need to move them, cool them, and call 911.
I'm gonna tell you, I feel a lot. I don't know where it's coming from.
It's a happy little tune.
It's time to wake up. So if we're talking about, I gotta run inside and I gotta go do something, making sure that we're leaving kids and animals in the car, because I don't want to take them inside, Captain Chris. So I'm gonna be quick. I got some vans. I can run fast in my van. So
please don't leave your kids or your animals. Please don't do that.
But I was gonna be in and out.
But don't do that.
Here's the thing: if you quick, I'm gonna run into the store. I'm gonna grab this thing real quick. I'm gonna leave my kid or my dog or whatever in the car. Within 20 minutes, it's 109 degrees in your car.
Good Lord.
109 degrees. Within an hour, it's 123. That you can make some eggs on 123 degrees. It's too hot.
See that?
Don't do it.
And I know people be thinking that. Captain Chris, you looked at me. I thought our connection, the bond was done.
The IV.
That was a joke. It was a lead-in. It was humor. And so don't hurt me. She said, I can stick you.
I promise not to hurt you.
If I punch you and you fall out, you have the right to say, back. I think I need to give him an IV, and then you can stick me while I'm laid out there. So I appreciate that you guys said that. I want to, let's talk about resources available. How can people maybe get some help here and there? There's some places, y'all got to have some ideas or something.
Absolutely. I mean, here's the thing. We want folks to be self-reliant and self-sufficient. If you can take care of yourself, do.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of folks in our community that can't.
Right.
And so that's why we're here to help, right?
Okay.
So we have all across the city what are called cooling centers. So any library, any park and recreation facility, all of those places, you can go in and you can get a little reprieve during the day.
Yeah.
And so you can hang out, you can check out a book, you can do a senior activity, you can get some water and some AC. All of those facilities are open during normal business hours, and a lot of those libraries are open till 8 or 9 at night.
Oh, okay.
So you can hang out in there and get some reprieve, and that's really important because we want to make sure that if people need resources, they can get them, and that's the easiest and the fastest way. And most of those facilities, they're on bus routes, they're easily accessible, so we want to make sure people know that those are there. But sometimes a facility will go down, they'll need to repair their AC, or something happened and they need to do some construction on a facility. So the best way to make sure that you know what's open and when it's open is to go to austintexas.gov/alerts.
Oh.
Yeah, we've got a map.
I was about to ask you, because I don't know where no cooling center is at, Sarah.
That's right. It's hard to keep up with all this stuff. So we make it really easy. There's a very easy map. You just click on the map, and then you can find where the closest bus route is to get you there, and then you can get to the location you need to go to.
Hey, look at y'all doing some heavy lifting there.
Fancy technology.
Even I could follow that.
I'm telling you. And let's say you don't need a cooling center because you got a 4-ton AC unit in your house. You living that life.
Big dog.
The
big dogs.
And if that's the case, you still might need some resources. And so we've got a website set up. So whether it's heat, whether it's wildfire, all those things we mentioned, all those kind of hazards, we want you to get prepared. And so the way to do that is to go to readycentraltexas.org. And that's the place. That's the spot. It's got a one-stop shop digital hub for all the preparedness information. But let's say you don't want to hang out online. You want to get out and you want to see some people and make some friends and take your aunt and your neighbor, Miss Jones, and all that stuff. You want to go do some stuff.
Yeah.
Have we got the opportunity for you?
That's right. That's right. It's a busy time for us. So this Thursday, actually, we have a 2-hour training. It's called Ready Together.
Oh, okay.
And it's from 5:30 to 7:30, and you can register on that website, that readycentraltexas.org, and you can come and hang out. And if you enjoyed learning a little bit about what we were talking about, and you want to learn more, you want to do more, you can go sit in a training with us and learn how to get prepared. We're going to be focusing on heat and wildfire.
And a little water.
And a little water.
A little water safety.
Water safety. That's right, because we got lakes, we got pools, there's all kinds of stuff going on.
What'd you call it? Ready what?
Ready Together.
Ready Together.
Ready Together.
And when is it?
This Thursday. From 5:30 to 7:30.
Courtney.
That's tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow
is Thursday.
Yeah.
That is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is tomorrow. I was over here listening. I was like, yeah, Thursday. When is that? Tomorrow.
Whoa. This week is really going by fast.
It
Talk
sure
about
has.
that.
So then, if they're like, wait a second, that's tomorrow, I got plans. Next Wednesday, we have what's called our emergency preparedness pop-ups.
Okay.
So let's say you're like, 2 hours, that's a long time. I got stuff to do. These pop-ups, you can just pop in and you can grab some supplies and get some information and then pop right back out. So it's a really quick and efficient way for you to get the information that you need, get the resources that you need, and leave. And here's the thing. If you come to these pop-ups, you're going to walk away with $100 to $150 worth of free stuff.
Whoa.
Wait,
Yes.
Lots of free stuff.
Well, I was coming for the knowledge, but you got me to stay a little longer.
I'm telling
There's
you,
bonuses.
There's bonuses. We give away all-weather radios.
What?
Chargers.
Like if the battery powered phone charges, so if the power goes out, you can still charge your devices.
What?
Heated blankets.
What?
Giveaways.
What?
The lights that you click
I
when
like
the power
that.
goes out.
Yes.
Click.
Listen, we got stuff
Tim
for your
lights.
pet. We got stuff for your kids. We
Yeah.
got stuff for everybody. So come get some free stuff. Save yourself some money. Learn how to build a kit on a budget. Get some information from all the utilities and from the public safety agencies. They're all there. And then let's say you're like, oh, that's cute, but I want to really do something important. I'm going to do something really big. So on September 19th, we do what's called our Get Ready Central Texas Emergency Preparedness Fair. So that's like the little pop-up, but we invite everybody. We invite our federal partners, our state partners, our local partners. So this year there's going to be over 20 different vendors all there to talk about emergency preparedness.
Yeah.
So if you're a doomsday prepper, if that's your thing, this is the place for you.
Hey, I have some characteristics. My wife picks on me all the time. I'm a prepper.
Do you have one of those big tubs of mac and cheese?
I gotta be ready.
The freeze-dried mac and cheese.
If you have rain barrels, this is the place for you.
I'm a veteran. I'm a military veteran. So let's say
I got a bunch of MREs.
Meals ready to eat. Stacked.
You got the inventory. So,
Yes.
so now you're in a place where you need to be helping your neighbors. You know what to do. So now you got to help your friends and your family learn what to do.
I want everyone to know, go to X before we go to break. Thanks for coming in. This is Sarah Henry, Public Information and Marketing Manager, City of Austin's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. Captain Krista Stedman, ATCEMS, in the building. Their event, Ready Together, the basics of emergency preparedness for you, your family, your neighborhood, Thursday, August 15th, 5:30 to 7:30. Make sure you go out. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The garage. Why not also set aside time to